Hi, Shantavia. I'm a little early. I'm just gonna wait for people to show up. How's everybody doing? Please make sure that you are saying hello when you enter. I would love to know who's here. How's your day going? Wow, thank you for asking. It's all right. I don't want to pretend and say that I feel like it's getting harder and harder with the energies on Earth to function. I'm not gonna lie. We can talk about positivity all day. We can talk about keeping a high vibrational, all day. But I don't know. This place is getting harder to navigate, I feel like. Especially if you're like a high frequency being or, what you would consider a light worker. It's becoming very draining, and that's kind of why you're not seeing me here as much doing lives, like as far as these readings. Um, I probably am not gonna be doing them as often as I used to. I just don't want to do them anymore. I don't know. I just don't. Um, like a lot of I wouldn't be surprised if there's people watching who actually feel like it's getting harder to go to work. Like you just like, what's the point? You know, what's the point? Really, what's the point? Um, there is actually a huge awakening regarding this. That's why you're seeing so many people actually making videos about their 9 to 5 and stuff, and like what's the point, if I'm not living, or having fun, or just even living, never mind like some luxury vacation. What the hell is the point? A lot of people are waking up to this, and they just are just like, to hell with it. I don't know. Do any of you feel like it's getting harder to go to work? Maybe it's just me, I don't know. Hi, Citrine. Hi, Mercedes. Yes, you're right. It's very hard to be in this world trying to funk. Yeah, I don't know. I'm over it. And it's kind of like reassuring. It's reassuring too that there's a lot more people posting about this because then you don't feel so alone. But I even see people talking about how this feels like a sentence, and they can't imagine doing another 10 years here. It's just, I don't know. And do you also notice too that like if somebody gave you like a trip or anything, like gave you some amazing trip to the Bahamas or whatever, like you just wouldn't even want to go? Like I don't know what that's about, but I don't know. And you know what the problem is with this too is that like no one's talking to each other. It's not really popular to talk about how you feel, right? Whether it be a neighbor or a family member. It's just not really popular to talk about these kind of things. It's just everybody just you just feel like you don't want to bother people. But I think if we knew more about how other people were feeling, and we had a community or something, like I just feel like that would be what would make us feel, I feel like, more, a lot better about what's happening. I feel like I don't know. I don't care about anything anymore. Like people send me stuff all the time about stories and stuff. Who cares? Seriously, I really don't care. I don't even know what to think anymore. I just feel like it's becoming a circus. It's becoming like a clown show. Um, Everything is just taking way too long as well. Like as far as getting anything done, as far as cleaning up this world, making it right, it's just taking way too long. I think people just had enough. I don't know. That's kind of where I'm at. I know that was a long answer, Shantavia. I don't know. I even kind of wonder sometimes if I should even talk about this. Like, I don't know. I really am kind of like, I'm not sure about that. I don't know if my viewers would like to hear that. So then they're like, oh, I'm not alone. Or if it's depressing to talk about it. I don't know. One thing I can't be is fake. So I'll never jump on here and perform. No. I just won't show up, you know? Um, Saturn transit in Vravati. Yes, yes. Did you watch KRS channel? Seeing how you know what's going on in the Vedic world, do you subscribe to KRS channel? Did you hear what he was talking about? Like how Ravati actually represents rats, and he's like, look at what you're hearing as soon as the transit happens. This thing with rats. You know what I'm talking about, guys, if you're paying attention. Um, he even mentioned about how people just don't want to do anything. Even if you get the opportunity to do it, you just don't want to go. And I was like, yeah, what is that? Like, what is that? You know? It's like the material realm is really crashing, guys. Do you find you don't care about material stuff anymore? Like, it's not even going to fulfill you anymore. But then it leaves open the question as to kind of what will it be? I know for me, I think it's going to be something that I have not ever experienced as of yet. It may be completely new, but it's definitely not going to be anything I've ever experienced. So it's not more money. It's not vacations. It's not anything. It's not friends. It's not true. He did talk about buying land as well as been saying for years as well. Yeah. It's great when people make recommendations like that, but it's very hard for people to just get anything these days, especially with the economy. They're a lot more stricter now because they know people's jobs aren't stable, right? I would love to hear about anything you talk about. I like this community. It helps me feel not alone trying to figure out my life. Yeah. I don't know. I'm getting sick of this place though. I'm getting really sick of this place. And I always wonder, like, do people in the islands feel like this? Or like people in the Maldives? Do they feel like this, or is it just like first world countries? Is it just first world countries? Um, I'm boycotting everything, guys. I don't want to do anything. I'm not spending money on anything. I just don't care. I don't care. I'm planting my own tomatoes. I'm not paying $15 anymore for four freaking tomatoes. I'm not going to the movie theater. I'm not going to a restaurant, but I don't really want to go to a restaurant. I don't know. Something's changed within me. Like I'm just very I'm a lot more pickier about like what I'm eating. And I understand that I don't know who's behind there making my food, and I understand energy and vibration. So, you may meet some of these people who are making your food if you actually knew them in real life and be like, I don't want that person cooking my food. It's different now. And the restaurants, they're going to have to start moving with that because a lot more people care about where the food's coming from. A lot of the restaurants are just not going to be able to just serve whatever. They're going to have to start going grain fed or grass fed. Um, People don't want to eat meat anymore. I get all my meat from a farm, so I'm okay with that. But yeah, I don't know. There's just a lot of things I don't want to participate anymore in. I don't find you're honest. Yes, I stopped participating in many things. Yeah, just like, but I mean, like, honestly, where you are, Mercedes, I'm sure the energy is a lot more higher. Like, the energy has to be. I mean, I've been over where you are. It's totally different. I'm thinking like the tropical environment helps and the access to fruits, but people are also a lot more cheerful there. I don't know what's going on with where I live. If you are wondering, I live in Canada. I don't know what's going on with people over here. I really don't know. Um, don't believe anything they say about Canadians are polite. It's not true, guys. It's just not. It's a fake sense of politeness, but it's just not real. And people are very two-faced over here. I mean, I'll give you an example of the kind of neighborhood I live in, okay? I live around people who would ask you to borrow their lawnmower, and then the next day they would call parking enforcement on you because you left your car on the street for too long. That's the kind of people I live around. I mean, I don't know. Um, I would love to hear anything you talk about. I like this. Okay, yeah, yes, I stopped saying. Yeah, I don't find your honest talking depressing. I love the honest way you convey it. Okay, cool. Because the last thing I want to do, guys, is being depressed. Is to sound depressing. I really don't want to sound like that whatsoever. I understand energy is real, and you could be having a fabulous day, and here I am talking about this stuff, and I just don't want to do that, you know. I almost actually didn't show up today. I almost didn't show up today. And you may not be finding me here, you know, often anymore, because I'm going to be honest, I'm going through it. I'm really going through it. Goodness. You'd be surprised, but I've never been where you are. Oh, yeah, that's probably gonna be it. Yeah, you'd have to be where I am to compare it. That's my goal, to get meat from a farm, being more cautious about what going in. Yeah, it affects everything. Yeah. So how this works, guys, is just an FYI. Just know, like, go to the description box if you want to understand how this works. Remember, these are Canadian prices. It's going to look different in your currency. I know if you're American, you're going to be paying less. Okay. Um, Let me go over there and check who's in line. I didn't even do that. I just started talking. You can talk to me though. You don't have to think like um this is only about paid readings. I can do both. I can totally do both. So if you want my opinion on anything, um or you just want to ask even the other people who are here something, like, do it. You know, now is your chance. I know. You know what actually that reminds me of, guys? Like, I want more of a community and I don't know how to get it on here, especially on my second channel. You know, I do those lives, but I feel like not enough people come out to them. And I don't know how to gather more people. I share when I'm going live over there on this channel through the community posts. I've linked my channel. You know, I've tried to market it enough, but I want more people over there, you know, because community, if we can't get it in person, we need to get it online. But I don't know how to do, or how to get more people involved. I just don't. I really don't. But I think, like, if we could get enough people, like, I want more conversation over there when I'm going live. I really do. Okay, so just letting you know who's in line. We have Mercedes first, Sophia second, and then Julie. But yeah, I want more community. I want more of a conversation. I just feel like it's always me rambling. But I don't know. Any thoughts you may have on how I could achieve that, you know, would be great. Now, if you guys are like watching and you have no idea what I'm talking about, I'm just gonna put my channel here so you know, and go over there. I go live every once in a while just to talk about stuff. Okay. Um, you may find it very comforting. I know a lot of people do. Um, that's my channel. I'm glad you take time to spend with us, chat, despite you not feeling best. Oh, thank you so much. You know, you'll find once you do start talking, especially to others who understand you, it will make you feel better. That's my channel. That's my second channel. And I don't post videos. I mean, there are videos there you can watch, but I more go live. And it's kind of like a community chat. You may find it, I don't know. I don't know. You may find it does something for you. So just, I don't know, subscribe if you feel guided to. All right, let's get going here. So Mercedes, what do my guys want me to need me to know today? So one thing I could tell you, Mercedes, is how would you feel if you didn't have access to the sun? So where I live, there's hardly no sun. And if they do put it out, you're going to have 15 to 20 of those spraying things showing up to hide it. So I don't have access to sun and I don't have access to fruit. Okay. You could buy an apple, but all those tropical fruits you get, we don't get. And even if we do get fruits, they're very tempered. Like, they're not in its prime because it took so long to come. I can't get like things like mangoes at its peak, or like, you know, even the bananas don't have any flavor. So that's just a little something. People also don't talk to each other over here. You start talking to somebody, they'll run. They'll run from you. That's what it's like over here. Yeah. Okay, what does Mercedes guides need her to know today? Guys, I'm also not going to be live for long. I'm telling you I'm not. Um if you do want to get in now, but I won't be here for long. Um what do her guides want her to know? Okay, one thing I want to ask just to get it out of the way. Um have you been giving more of your time or effort, or have you been like giving? Why is there a reference to you giving? And I don't know if it's time and energy. I don't know if it's money. What is this? Like, I don't even know if this is past in the past. Um, have you been donating? Did you donate recently, or are you giving your time and energy away for a lot less than what you should be? Like, what is this? Um, it doesn't have to be that it's a bad thing. I just need to know, like, if that makes sense at all. I'm not sure. Okay, this is like, do you see what I'm saying? This is like, I'm telling you, that is clarifying what I just said. What aspect of your life are you giving away more than what you should be? You've got energy vampires. Like, even though you said I'm not sure, that card out of this whole deck is clarifying what I said. So I have to go with the card. Draining connections, toxic influence, protect your energy, time to cut cords. I don't think this has anything to do with posting videos. I'm not sure if you need to hear a message about that, like protect your energy, or you've got somebody around you who could be influencing you in a toxic way. I don't know. Um, guess love. Well, does that make sense? Are you doing that in love? Okay, let me ask another way. Is this something that you've recently put behind you? Does this resonate with the person you were before? Recently talked to an old flame, but nothing. Okay. Have you moved out of this energy? Because there is a reference here to moving out of this, or just moving on from, moving out of troubled waters of giving more than receiving. Okay. Hallelujah. Because I felt like I was like, this is just too precise. Listen, with the temperance here, okay? I don't know how you feel about those times in your life where you gave more. They're kind of making a reference to kind of have peace about it, because it was, even though those people may have not deserved it, it's okay. They're showing me, okay, in my life, I'm talking about me now. I've been guided to help people who I didn't want to help. Sometimes it will come through like that. It's like it's not even about you, it's about the other person, and you've got something, whether it be words or, just the energy that they need at the time to help that person. So universe will send you to them. But sometimes us as the people who are giving can have like awkward feelings about it. Like, okay, they did this to us, we wasted our time, or it wasn't so nice. But they're saying that it's actually going to pay off. Okay. So it's almost like make peace. even though maybe you don't think about it, it's still there somewhere. Okay. How you gave yourself more, you gave more of yourself than you received, but that is going to pay off. And it has a lot to do with, I feel like, career. Okay. You becoming independent, you becoming sovereign, security, all of those great things. Now is the time where we're going to be focusing on you, but it's also about giving to yourself. Okay. So now actually is the time to be extremely selfish, selfless, selfish. It's about you. Um, it's almost like I feel like they want to say thank you. Thank you for that part that you played in others' movies, but now it's your movie. Now it's your time. And I do feel like sometimes it can feel like it's taking too long because I do see you've planted a seed and this feels very career to me. Career. But it's headed your way. It's coming. I'm going to say another thing too. I don't know if this is happening or if this is like a recommendation. Take more risks. Take more risk. Why is there a card in here? What is this card? Okay, whatever. There was a card in here, the Fool. So this is really about you, new beginnings, fresh starts. It's like really about your path, but continue to like go outside the comfort zone. And maybe that's really what it's talking about, about your posting. But look for new avenues, look for new ways to promote yourself, okay? They want you going kind of bold, and I don't know what that looks like in your field, okay? But this is culminating. This is culminating. It's like with the temperance, it can feel like it's taking its time, but it can only happen in perfect timing. But sometimes that perfect timing is not your timing. Give me more on where she's headed. Oh, wow. That's nice. That's what you're looking for, Mercedes. I know. This is what you're looking for. You're looking for generational wealth. You're looking for long term stability. You're not looking for something happening right now or even just getting by. You want whatever you're doing to last forever. Okay. It says long term stability, future planning, relaxation earned, living the dream. And he's making money. Don't get it wrong. Like he's sitting there. It looks like it could look like he's taking a vacation, but his money is making money even while he's sitting there. This is really about passive income. I don't even care if it comes through like other people you hire doing, the work under your business. Um, but how interesting to get that card because that's so the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles as an energy does not build anything overnight. They're not like the viral person, like goes viral overnight. Their stuff comes through like careful planning and it's like slow and steady wins the race. It's actually interesting, guys, because my midhaven is in Capricorn. It's in the 10th house too. That's exactly how my success has been too. I never had no viral moment. I mean, I've been here for 6 years. I'm not even at 25,000, but I know that I won't phase out. I'll keep going like this forever. Like I'll always have something. Some people they blow up and then they just go right back down cuz that's the only way to go. Once you go up, you can't go any up more up from that. Um but this is really about like slow and steady building so that like it does last. It's actually something tangible. Um But this success, you need to know there's been some things you've done in your past. And I don't mean like past life. I mean in your past, in this reincarnation. Um, it's like it's getting paid back through career. And I have a feeling it has a lot to do with, again, giving more to others when, you didn't get. You got breadcrumbs in return, That's what's being shown here. You helped a lot of people. You actually don't know how many people you've helped because obviously we're not going to know. We don't usually know until we've passed, and then those souls come and say, "Thank you. Thank you for saying those words," or "Thank you for spending that time," or, "I treated you awful, but you stuck it in with me." It kind of, you sometimes don't find out until then. But I think this is a message of encouragement to keep going and don't get discouraged with, like, and I know it's easier said than done, but don't get discouraged with how long things are taking. That in itself may be an illusion. I mean, a lot of the things we experience here are illusions, but this is growth over time, and then it's like steady. I'm just looking around. I think they want me to draw from the spirit animal deck for you. Another card in regards to this. Let's get more for you. Thanks to everybody who's liking the video. I really appreciate it. It helps push me out. A lot of times you don't realize that that's how you found me. Someone had to like the video for me to show up in your suggested feed. So please pay it forward. Give me more. Give me more on how she can cope with this, you know, the timing. And, you have to have a lot of energy to sustain this, because most people do give up. That's just what it is. They do. They just don't think it's working. They don't realize that around the corner, if they just had proceeded a little longer, they would have become something. Um, More. Be generous of spirit, lion spirit. Okay. It's kind of interesting because when I say be generous of spirit, it's almost like they're asking you to be patient with them because I think they're trying to bring you what it is that you desire. And it is like recognition, it is like retirement goals, but I don't know. Do you get kind of demanding with them? Is there something around time frames? Okay. For her, though, that was a message from your spirit guides on how to, I feel like, be around them or treat them, give them more patience. But I need something for you. Wombat spirit, be at home. That also is pointing towards patience. You know, it feels like that to me. Be at home. Be generous of spirit. Be at home. Why do I feel like there's more of a message to that? Be at home. Be at home. What's that about? Okay, I feel like that's you working with spirit, like co-creating. Okay. I would say I think maybe your only irritants is how long this is taking. I just feel like there's just this more. Oh, okay. I feel like this is also a networking card. They're trying to bring those, clients or networking, those people that you need to work with in order to kind of like make this successful. Obviously, we need clients to make this successful, right? But why do I feel like there's another message here? There's like another message here. Be at home. Be at home. What are you saying? Be at home. Why do I feel like I want to say get more comfortable? Be more comfortable? When you're creating this content, are you having a lot of irritation? Are you doing like a lot of takes and stuff? Or are you worried about human error? Are you trying to make it super perfect? Um, the be at home is really driving me nuts. I feel like there's something there. Um, I understand we want to be professional, but I feel like this is more about being yourself than anything and understanding that even if it doesn't look great to you with what you're creating, the right people who I feel like will be guided to you will be guided to you. It will be like an effortless flow with the two of cups, you know? Two of cups, there's nothing pretentious about it. You just attract those. It can even be a frequency card who are aligned to you. Who are aligned to you. Don't get frustrated with the posting. I had to learn that myself. I really don't care anymore how many times I say or okay. Whoever needs to hear the message, whoever's guided to me will be guided. So you've got a lot here. You've got a lot here, Mercedes. It's like past efforts with people who may have felt not so deserving will pay off. I feel like spirit's trying to get the message forth to you that like you're really you got gold. Okay, with whatever you're trying to create career wise, you've got gold. It may not feel like that at times, may not be moving as fast, but it's coming along. And what's important is that you'll have long term stability. Okay. You don't want short term. I know it's very easy to get caught up with like, another person who's just, getting all kinds of stuff happening. It's like just stay in your own lane. Okay. You will be able to retire off of this career. Um, you'll have everything you need. And that's what's the most important message. You will always have whatever it is you need. We won't let you go without. Okay? You may not right away have more than what you need, but you'll always have what you need. But please also be at home. Be more at home with, whatever it is that you're trying to create. Okay? Stay away from that whole trying to make everything, you know, so clean and so perfect. Trust me when I say, because I know a lot of people are so worried about AI. OMG. You don't understand. This thing is going to so backlash. And there are a group of people who are already talking about it and they want to see more human error. They are getting sick of the whole perfect. They want human error. They want you to slip up. They want you to be less perfect. They're craving that. So speak from the heart. um, Let your quirks show too. Let your quirks. I don't know what that means. Let your little personality, your little mannerisms, your facial mannerisms, let that, people could fall in love with you for that. I don't mean like in a romantic way, but people may even be more feeling guided to you to work with you if they see that because they may actually like it. Okay? Don't be so generic. Nobody's wanting generic anymore. Okay. Yeah, be at home. It's interesting. Okay, I'm going to Sophia. Then I've got Julia, then Khalid. Hi, Chicha. Hope you're well. Why is Steven being distant with me? Okay. Who's Steven? I need to know. Is this a love interest? Who is this? Why is Steven being distant with Sophia? You're welcome, Mercedes. Why is Steven being distant? You said it. Okay. Hi, Kiki. Kiki with the tea and honey. Huh. That's weird. Oh, geez. What's going on here? There's a possibility that they heard something about you. There's a possibility that they heard something about you. Um, would that make sense? Like, I don't know what this is. I have a gossip card, a gossip and innuendo card. And I feel like with the moon, there's something I feel like they're not saying. I have to tell you, Sophia, and anybody who's watching, when people want to start distancing themselves, just let them. I feel like everything that's happening to you is happening for you. So, if somebody wants to distance themselves, I mean, A, they have free will. They have free will. Um, they can do that. They have the right, just like you have the right to do that, if you don't want to be around somebody. But there's something that they're not telling you. And I feel like it's something they heard about you. But like honestly, why do people do that? I feel like they should confirm it with you, like, I mean, if this person actually really does like, want to keep the connection, whatever that is, even if it's a studying partner, why not confirm it with you? They don't have to say who they heard it from, but they could ask you if they really care. But I feel like we've got somebody who's choosing to believe that and then, act a certain way. So who's their priority too? You know? Um, yeah, look at that. There's someone who said something about you. There's chatter amongst this. I don't know if it's coworkers. This can be classmates. It can be a classmate or a coworker card. And we even have the establishment here with the higher font. I will say with the higher font, they believe what they heard. Um, This person is not really giving trustworthy vibes. I mean, I don't know how serious a study partner is really in life. But like, I mean, they're just not like I really wouldn't waste my time asking about this person. Because it's just not giving like I have a head on my shoulders, like in a mature way. So let me give you an example, okay? Like, let's say if I was Steven, right? And I actually liked you. Maybe this person doesn't really like you. Maybe they're using you. But let's just say, for the sake of it, they like you. Okay, I like you. I'm gonna say like, hey, like I heard something. I'm not gonna say who. Okay, and if you push me, like uh, we're just not gonna talk anymore. But I heard this and that. Like what's your take on that? At least I'm gonna give that person the benefit of the doubt if I actually care enough about keeping the thing going to kind of explain themselves. But I feel like this person's choosing to just hear whatever it is and not like confirm it. I can't believe I stuck up for him in front of the whole class. Why are you sticking up for him in front of the whole class? Like, what kind of a class is this? Like, why are people even this enamored and immersed with each other? What the hell is going on? I consider a classroom like the least amount of energy that I'm going to be like having with others. I mean, unless you're in like elementary school. So why are these things, why is it so hot and heated inside here? Shouldn't people just be focusing on doing what they have to do and getting out? Why is anybody talking about I just you must be over 18, right? You have to be over 18. I just don't understand that. Like, isn't it like just go there, do what you gotta do, and just get the hell out? Like, I don't even want to be friends with people. You're 30. That's something, man. People are acting like that at that age. I don't know. Like, I went to college. It was so generic. Like, you didn't really get involved with people too much. Like, hey, you want to do this project together? Okay, whatever. You have your number? Okay. Anytime we talked on the phone, it was about the project and that was it. Like, I never hung out with anybody. Like, I don't know. Like, this is interesting. Now, don't take my reading for face value. You know, I understand you're upset that you stuck up for him, but there's always the possibility that this could be wrong. Okay. Don't ever take the reading at full value, but that's what these cards are saying. They know something, they heard something, and it changed the way that they felt about you. Let's get some more to see what, like, if there's anything else. Financial rewards, money rolling in, celebration of success, check cashed. Okay, we've got something around money. Fake flex. Okay. Does this have something to do with where your money comes from? Because we've got pretending wealth, showing off, bored luxury, deceptive bragging, rich on Instagram, broke in real life. This is either that this person is just it because these are oracle cards. So it can speak to them just being fake. Okay. They are fake. But this could be in regards to you and what was said about you. And it has something to do with your finances. Uh, Is that a thing? Like, would people, like, what could somebody possibly, do people talk about your finances? Like, where you get your money from? Or would they hate on you if you had money? This is so childish. I don't know. There's some reference to, people talking about your finances, which is really freaking weird. Really weird. Like, I don't know if, is there like some sort of scandal about money, or like, you don't have to tell me, you don't have to write it, but maybe this gossip is about your money or your finances, or you show off, or you're not as rich as people think you are, or I don't know what this is, or maybe they just hate on you because you have money. Maybe they have to work harder than you. I don't freaking know. This is weird. Really weird. And I'm gonna say it, I don't care. Childish. It feels childlike. There's no way I feel like I'm talking about 30-year-olds here. This is so bizarre. I wouldn't try to press them for this because you've got the moon and you've got the hermit. They will keep this to themselves. They may have an allegiance more to who told them this stuff than you. Um, this is very weird, like extremely weird. Thanks to everybody who's liking the video. I really appreciate it. Give me one more card in regards to this situation, or even if it's regarding the gossip that this person heard, or what you want her to know. Okay. I actually like this message because it's really talking to you and what you should do. Never mind what happened here, or the distancing, or the gossip. It's really talking about how you should conduct yourself over there. Um, Now I understand that there may be projects, group projects that have to occur, but you should really keep to yourself. I don't think anybody over there or in this environment, I feel like there's when I'm even when I'm feeling the energy, I feel like there's some sort of like, I don't know how to explain it. You know when you kind of like just don't like somebody, and I don't think there's anything that you can do to fix that. And it's like it may not even be that there's legit reasons, but the crowd that we've got here are just there's not anything that you're going to be able to do to like fix this or make them see the real you. So you need to like move forward as independently as possible. Seriously. Um, Stay in your own lane, keep your head like, moving forward. Don't worry about any of these people. I wouldn't. Um, I just can't get over the feeling like I just feel like this group of people, they cannot see you for who you are. And I don't know if there's something that you're known for, or like, let's say you do have a lot of nice things. They can't break through that for some reason. It kind of reminds me of when people have to work hard and they don't have as much, so then they're just going to hate the next person who it's not as hard for them, you know? But most people, most of society is like that. Like, so I'm not surprised. But yeah, to wrap up this, he heard something. There was some gossip. And instead, too, I feel like clear it with you or see, if it is even true, or there's no allegiance here. Okay. But that's kind of the reason for the distancing. And I don't think that they have any intent of, um, I don't think they have any intent to like tell you. So I really wouldn't press them. Your advice is actually to just keep moving forward and never mind this. Okay. But I would say the energy of these people, you're not going to be able to make them see, okay, who you are. But there's also a reference that, this environment is not made to build any kind of anything real with these people. I think you're just supposed to go there, do what you need to do, and get out, and somehow figure out a way to like like detach yourself from it and the people. But I know that's easier said than done. But that's kind of what I'm getting for you. I wouldn't be defending anybody unless that's like real people I've spent my whole life with, and decades with, where like I have a knowing of who they are as a person, and like there's that trust and loyalty. I wouldn't be defending anybody um in that way. I wouldn't be getting involved with any drama. Maybe that's why you got the independent card. Now, I'm not saying that if I see somebody being attacked like in a wheelchair on the street, I won't. I'm not talking like in that way, but in what you said, I wouldn't be getting involved. Not when it comes to my workplace or like the classroom, where I just want to do whatever I have to do and get out. You know what I mean? Um, People need to earn that kind of loyalty. You know. Okay, let me go check RQ. Okay, so I'm going to Julie, then Khalid, then Brittany. General reading for Julie. Julie, are you there? It's really important for you guys to be here, just in case I have to confirm anything, you know? What does Julie need to be aware of today? Wow, what's going on here? This is amazing. This is amazing stuff going on here. Have you made some new friends recently, or have you joined something recently, or has someone new come into your life? Um, I've got a lot of like energy coming towards you type of stuff. I don't even know if this has even happened yet or if it's already happened. That's where you need to confirm. Have you met somebody recently? Like it could be a guy or it could be a friendship. Um it's almost interesting with the justice because it's time for you to reap. I don't know if you've been going through a difficult time, but now is time for you to reap. Julie deserves rewards now. You may be going through a time where there's going to be a lot coming towards you. Don't start getting worried about how long it's going to last for. I know it can be kind of, you could be so used to having a hard time. You're like, oh, what's going on here? When is the other shoe going to drop? Don't do that. Don't do that. Life is a roller coaster. It really is. Um, I started pushing my social media for my side business and posting content. Okay. Well, if the intent is to get clients or even pull in a soul tribe, um, listen, this could definitely be talking about that because I'm assuming you're posting content to get work, right? What if I told you though there is a possibility, and I don't know what you're doing, you don't have to tell me. What if I told you there's also a possibility to meet Soul Tribe, like a group of friends or even somebody who wants to join? Like, would that make sense in your work? Where some people make approach you and say, hey, do you want to work with us or can we interview you? Like, I don't know. I don't know what this will look like. Um, but now is your time to shine. Like the scales are getting a little bit tipped in the other way where there's going to be a lot more coming to. You're like in a reaping energy. And I want you to maximize. Okay. Now, with that Page of Pentacles, there's a little bit of money coming towards you too. Okay. And Page of Pentacles, it's nothing to write home about. Okay. Um, it's a little bit of money. It's good. It's more money than you had before, but it's nothing to write home about. But it could also be a prelude to what's coming. I see some money being made. Some money is being made. Get braver. Get a little braver too with what you're producing. As far as the content. The Empress, she's a creator, totally a creator. She is a business owner as well too. With the Strength card, don't give up faith, but also have some more confidence. Like, I don't know what kind of stuff you're posting, but are you in it? Like, are you in the posting? Like, have you put yourself in it? Or is it just, are you filming something? Like, are you in it? Why do I feel like they need to see your face? I feel like I need to see your face more. I need to see, like, you could actually sell this, whatever it is you're trying to sell, more than you may think. Like, you need to be in the videos, talking, showing your physical appearance. Listen, don't do that if you don't feel guided to do though. I'm just suggesting, okay? Because oh, you just started putting your face in it? Yeah, because let me tell you something. There's something about you, honey. There's something about you that is going to actually sell the product or sell what you're selling. It's going to help to sell it. And it's you. And the universe is making reference to how beautiful you are. I don't care what you think about yourself, how beautiful you are. It's your essence too. Um, but let's be real. How do people also find their tribe or find people who want to invest in what they're doing or buy? They will say that they like the person. They won't even know them. How many times people do this with actors and actresses? I just like her. I don't know why. I just do. Because they're having something to look at. It's the person, right? It's the physical feature and maybe even the voice. Maybe even the voice, right? A lot of you don't even realize that the only reason maybe why you subscribed to my channel was because there was something in my frequency, like in my vocal, okay, that attracted you. I mean, obviously the message too, but why me and not someone else? Okay, give me more. Yeah, you're gonna have a bit of a bounce back, honey. Resilience after setbacks, recovering quickly, determination to rise again. Can't keep me down. Do you feel like you're in that spirit? God bless you. Are you in that? Are you in that spirit? Really? it's just, listen, you know how hard sometimes people how long it takes sometimes to muster up the courage to bounce back? I don't know. He looks determined as F too. Look at this guy's face. He looks so determined. He's like, I really don't care how many times I've ran this race. I'm gonna keep running it until I win. Um, more? Let's just do one more. Oh my God, Julie. Wow. Like, need I say more? Seriously. She's also pretty determined. She's also pretty determined. Look at her face. So yeah, this is in regards to your side hustle. Okay, so multiple incomes are coming, extra earnings are coming, financial security is coming, and yeah, always on my grind is about to pay off. Um, I'm telling you, the moment I drew these cards for you, I just felt like I exhaled. I felt like I could exhale. Like finally, some of the work is gonna start to look like it's gonna pay off. Now, I know this can seem very nice to hear. It's like excellent, but forget it as soon as you click off. I don't want you to start, and this is what people do. I don't want you to start to like get so out, like of sorts that you just think that you won't ever hit a wall again. We are on earth, and when you have an income or you're trying to create a business, a side hustle, you will go through it. You'll go like this, then you'll go like that. So be open to whatever life throws at you. Um, if you start to get into that energy where, when it's starting to kind of feel like it's a challenge, you start wanting to feel like giving up, you're not going to get what this whole thing is. It's really about your perspective, your reaction to things. Challenges will always be there. There's not one person who hasn't had even a business for 40 years who didn't experience that. They didn't have just one thing like this. Are you kidding me? No. But you know what's really important about this is that you did this. You did this. Nobody did this for you. You've got the 9 of pentacles, right? This is the built this shit on my own. Never asked anyone for a damn thing. And you know what they just told me too? I don't know if this will resonate, but I just heard it. Like there hasn't been much support, There may have not been much support, from people who you know, but that's okay. There's going to be a lot of strangers who are going to want to support, and sometimes it's just the way it is. That's actually the way it goes most times, okay? So enjoy this time, like revel in it, but like go with the flow with it. Don't hold on to it tightly, waiting for like when it's gonna like the other shoe's gonna drop. But then also too, if it feels like it's starting to slow down, like relax with that too, because it's bound to happen. Okay. It's just really how you react to it will determine how you experience it. But if you understand that it's a flow thing and you'll one time, in one moment go like this way, and then the next moment you'll be like that way, you'll better be able to deal with it, handle it, because it's what it is. Um, they also just said too that don't be surprised if in a year from now this thing goes in a different direction. I see this thing off to the right, like I didn't expect that. And it's good. It kind of reminds me of like, okay, it reminds me of when I was doing YouTube and I didn't realize, not that I didn't realize, but when Patreon came out of nowhere, for me, and I was getting the intuition like, start one. I never really, that was not on my radar. Okay. When it came about, and I was actually surprised at how many people signed up. I mean, even with my channel memberships, I'm surprised at how many people signed up. But you never know till you try. Just put yourself out there. But I see something coming in about a year where you didn't really realize it could go in that direction. I think you will go with it, but it could feel like it's more work, but it will pay off. Okay. So a year from now, expect something else to pop up, um, that will give you more profits. But it's all about trying things. Okay. Congratulations, really, seriously. But listen, you are the brand, honey. I don't care if you're selling flowers. Some people may think it's the flowers. Yeah, it's the flowers, but it's you. You are the brand. So they're saying show yourself more, because actually people, as opposed to the flowers, they may actually be more guided towards you. And sometimes people can't explain why they want to go with one particular person or the other, but it's you. Okay. So not a coincidence that you've been showing yourself, more. Okay. And this is popping up now in the reading. So continue. Amazing. Can't believe you got this card. Seriously, out of that whole deck. You're welcome. Okay, Colleen. General reading. I'm going to go with 3 cards from this deck, and then I'm going to pull from the deck that I was just pulling. Give me more on that. Um, Maybe I'll also keep the bottom of the deck here visible. After Colleen, it's Britney. If anybody wants to book, I would go now. I would do it now, because if nobody's after Britney, I will leave. Okay. I definitely have other things I have to do. Um, but I'm definitely not going to wait if, for more people to show up. That's just not, I can't do that today. So get in now if you want one. Hi, Colleen. Do you work with any women? Do you work with any women? Do women work in your field, like on the same level as you? More. Yes. Okay. I have some competition coming up, and you are being encouraged to stand your ground. Um, I actually don't know if this is going to be a rumbling, like rumblings. I'm hearing rumblings. Um, is there any woman at your workplace who's trying to get something that is yours? And I don't know if it's a deal, a client. I don't even know if that happens all the time. Maybe that's just common. It happens all the time. But someone I feel like is out to get something that should be yours, and it feels competitive for me. Okay. Um, you are being urged to stand your ground, but you need more information. You need more information before you do. I think this is happening, like, you're getting a reading, and when you get a reading, you have the ability to access dimensions that can't be so seen in the physical, something that even maybe you're unaware of. I think there's a woman, and I'm not going to know exactly how this will play out, but I feel like she has an intent to steal something. And I don't know if it's your work, I don't know if it's your clients. I don't know what this is. But you need to be aware that you're coming into a time where, there's going to be a lot happening for you. You got a career turning point, major opportunity coming up. Um, Seriously, look at this guy's face. Like, look how, if his eyes couldn't pop out anymore, like seriously, look at his eyes. Like this is groundbreaking. And then you've got status upgrade. So new achievements, improved social standing, lifestyle elevation, and next level. But that's all great, but I can't like I don't know what's going on here. Okay, let me ask another question. Is there any woman in the workplace um who you've got like any kind of crush on or there's any kind of flirting going on? If it's not that, well, if it is that, be careful. I just don't like this energy and I feel like it's competitive. Like, what the hell is going on here? Do you share a lot at your work? Like maybe keep your mouth closed? I don't know. I don't know what this is. It feels work related. It's not love related. I feel like this has something to do with your workplace and like theft or stealing some idea or just even stealing a client. I don't know. Like and that could just be like it's an intent. That literally can just mean that right now it's an intent. Doesn't mean that they'll go through with it. Maybe I'm just picking up on this early, but it could be like an intent. Maybe there's a jealousy thing. Maybe it's a jealousy thing. Maybe I want what they've got. They've got a lot of going on. They seem like they're very successful. Maybe they want what you have. I don't know. It could just be the intent. Give me more on this woman. Yeah. Clout chaser, doing anything for attention, fame hungry, desperate for followers. And so this is giving me the energy of this woman. Like she wants stuff, like she's motivated, but I wouldn't say in the most high vibrational way. Okay. Not with a five of swords. So there's nothing wrong with being motivated and wanting, like again, fame or like followers, but it's the energy behind it. It just feels very low vibrational for me. She's starving in a sense, and I don't mean like hungry for food. I just mean she wants to make it, but sometimes when people have that kind of energy, it makes them do like not good things, it doesn't. One thing I found in life is that money will make people do some really crazy things that they wouldn't normally do. So I just listen, heads up. It's a heads up, I guess, if you want to say it's a heads up for her. Um, just be aware. Maybe she will start to kind of get close to you a bit, not in a romantic way, but maybe she'll start, you'll notice this woman who just starts talking to you more like, what is she doing? Why is she asking these questions? Like, I'm trying my best to give you a heads up. I don't know how it will play out. Like I said, I can only give you the idea, but you need to protect your space with this card. So, like, that could look like anything. Keep your mouth shut, you know? Um, don't talk openly about your plans. Give me more. Completely changed. We got a 180. That is so generic. Just give me more on that. We got a witch hunt. I don't know. I don't know, Khalid. Like, I don't want to start adding to the message. I don't want to add to the message. I don't know how this is going to play out. I just feel like someone's energy is lurking and I don't like the completely changed because that makes me feel like, I mean, she's an empress for goodness sake. That's a very, it's not like it's the most trickster. it's not going to be the most trickster type of card to get for a woman. So I don't know if she is putting on in a certain way and then all of a sudden she changes. But you definitely with these cards are getting a warning about something. Definitely getting a warning about something. And it's coming from a female. And I think she wants whatever it is that you have. Like, I don't know. And it's success, really, at the end of the day. It's success. So, yeah, this is kind of like, I don't know. I clearly know who she is. Oh, you do? Hmm. You know, what I can say about her is that you definitely wouldn't suspect her, not based upon her mannerisms and her looks. She's one of those ones that would surprise you. You know, they would be very surprising. You know, some people can look like that and they can be actually the nicest person, you know, but with her, you know, she looks completely the opposite. So this is kind of what I'm getting. But listen, this could be coming up. I think you're going to be really making a lot of like progress in career this year. Um, just know that what comes with that sometimes is other things, which is it's a given. You're going to have more eyes on you, more jealous people. I mean, we exist on earth. We're not here, not everybody here is like high vibrational, fifth dimensional, even higher, or we would be on the other side. We are in the trenches where other people exist, people who would conduct themselves in ways that you would never think to do. So just keep yourself tight lipped. Don't talk about your plans and just look out for her. If you see somebody who starts trying to kind of get cozy up and start talking, I would keep it brief. Not be rude, but keep it brief. Okay. What an interesting message. Seriously. So interesting and precise, you know? Okay, I'm going to Brittany now. Whoever wants to book would be next. If nobody books by the time I'm done her reading, I'm gonna head out. Okay. Um, what is Andrew's true romantic feelings for me? What are Andrew's true romantic feelings for her? Go to the description box, Lana. Everything will be there for you of this video on how to book. And if you do plan on booking, let me know so I don't leave before you pay. But if I do leave before you pay, I'll refund. Okay, we definitely have a little bit of an inner fight here. Inner fight. There's an inner fight going on within this person. I want to ask you a question. Are they in a relationship? Are they in a, before I go any further, are they in a relationship? Okay. Is it a workplace thing? What's the inner fight about? What is the dilemma? What's the issue with moving forward? Like, do they not know you that well? Is it that they just don't know you very well? Um, I feel like this person has to hold back. They have to hold back. And it's I don't know that they don't know you very well or if they're keeping their options open or if they just honestly can't give you anything. Okay, so there we go. Work together and it's new. But I'm going to tell you another thing that I'm seeing here. So those are pretty big obstacles, seriously. But let me tell you something else. That person either is not in a space for a relationship. Okay. Oh, that's a big deal. He was engaged a year ago. That's a pretty big deal. You know, I see that here. That's what I was trying to say. And here. Um, I don't know if they haven't healed. I don't even know if it's that. I actually am not super confident that they haven't healed. I think it's more about not really being in a space. Like I just literally like feel like if I'm them, I'm not in a space right now. I don't feel like I'm in that space right now to be with anyone. Um, I'm also gonna say another thing too. I don't think okay, there's a very pessimistic energy. There's a pessimistic energy about relationships as well too. So I feel like whatever took place, whatever happened with this engagement, it kind of set them up to have to heal from something. And it's not really about the person that they were with, it was about like pessimism because I think there's a part of them that does not believe in either love or relationships, or there's a bitterness. Okay. Um, I do feel like there's a part of them that likes you and can see something very tangible and wants to move, but their body's blocked. Their body is blocked. Like they feel blocked from moving forward. And when I feel that, when I feel when someone's blocked, it's usually the universe that's blocking them. And it could be for them, obviously. For them, it's not in their highest timeline right now for them to be with anyone, but it could also be protection for you. Like you are also being protected through them, not really moving as fast or close towards you or getting this thing up off the ground as fast as it could be. So what I do feel like is they do like you for sure. I do think that they're going to want to continue to move forward, but very slowly, baby steps. They also want to get an idea of you, like who you are. They want to take as much time to get to know you. And that could mean years. I don't know how you feel about that. Maybe you're okay with it. But they really want to take their time getting to know you. They don't want to rush. These are not the cards that suggest, running forward quickly into anything. Um, I actually don't like this card as well either. It tells me that there's something about them that is lacking. There's a lack on their end. And I don't know if it's that they just don't have enough, like they're emotionless, or they don't feel like they have nothing to offer or nothing to give. Like, I feel like this person actually, if you ask them, they would be pretty honest about it. They could be potentially very honest about it. Give me more on feelings for her. So we have change, regeneration, growth, metamorphosis, cycles. I think they've undergone. I think they've undergone a lot of change. I think they're in like a. I think they're regenerating from what took place. But this also speaks to the fact that their feelings for you do change. So they're not necessarily steady. And I feel like I'm retracting and then I'm moving forward and then I'm retracting and then I'm moving forward. So I don't know if they're confused or if literally they feel blocked in some sense. Um, but with the King of Swords, he's gonna really want to make sure he takes his time. But he also is the only king with that sword up. So he's guarded. He's very guarded about you. And it may not be you. You could be a fabulous person, but he's guarded. As in he feels like he needs to be. Maybe he got really hurt and he's scared to get into that again. Maybe he's surprised also that you came along so quick. You know, people when people come into your life, it's really shocking when it happens, because you see thousands of people, hundreds of people in a month and nobody phases you. So then when someone actually shows up that you feel something about, you're like, wow, this is shocking. But then you often feel like you have to do something about it, you know? I feel like they don't know what to do about it. Give me more. You are soulmates. You are. You've known each other before. So that could be why even there's a connection here. Um, I don't know that I would go as far to say twin flame. I mean, I'm not really into labels, honestly. Okay. I'm just really not into labels. But there is something here. Definitely. More. See, that breakup is causing an issue. Um, I don't think they're over that. They're not over it. I wanted the cards to say it. I didn't want to say it myself, but I feel like they're not over the breakup. I think it's understandable, right? I think it's understandable. Now, if they're toying with you, that's different. But I can understand how an engagement, I mean, you were going to be marrying that person and it kind of fell apart. Like that would probably take time in a normal world, right? If they actually cared about the person, right? Give me more on feelings for her. Yeah, that's the attitude to have. I will choose who chooses me. Mimicking. I don't really like that card. Give me more. Overshares. Yeah. Okay, so we've got laughing behind your back, we've got mimicking, and we've got overshares. Now, I don't think they're laughing behind your back. I think I'm looking at a workplace setting, and I think I'm very worried about also people talking. Okay. So this is very uncomfortable. It's what I picked up at the beginning. I think they're very uncomfortable with the fact that this happened in the workplace. What was the word that I actually used? I used a word. I used a word. What word did I use? I feel like it was started with an I, where I felt like they hold back. They hold back. I felt like there was a reason. There was something that was making them retract, or I thought I used the word IN or something like that. IN. I don't know what I used. But this is what's going back to that, I feel like. Jaylen, I see your payment. You're next. I think they're also worried about you too. I don't think they want to cause any commotion at the workplace either, where you may get your reputation may be at stake here. The girl was engaged to work at the same hospital. The girl he was engaged to worked at the same hospital. Jeez. So he still has to see her every day? Damn, that's rough. How do you even like get over that? Oh my God. Like, how do you even help? That does not help to get over it. But anyways, okay, this may actually be a code here. You may be actually getting something, an answer here. So if he actually was engaged to someone that he actually worked with, he may not also want to repeat that. There's people who do that, No, I get that they work different shifts, but they're so close by. It's not like it's like you never see them again, right? There's always a possibility. But there are people out there, like it happened to me one time in high school. The fallout with this guy I dated was so dramatic. I was like, never again am I ever dating anybody in my high school. Never again. People do that. They do. So maybe you just answered something here too, or by you bringing that up, you kind of just answered something here, because I'm telling you, there is like a hesitation here. And I said it. I felt like either you work together or I don't know. I don't know. And then I felt like there was this other connection. Um I don't know. I think they really want to protect themselves and you. And when it comes to the workplace, I don't think they want anybody knowing about this. Um, can I donate for another question? Like, what is the future? Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. I don't know. This looks really difficult. But for that breakup card to be here, I don't think they're over that. Mm-mm. They're not over this. Okay. Okay, Jaylen. Hi, Chitra. Hope you're doing well. I got a reading from you a while ago about an opportunity airing in regards to career, but you mentioned to watch the person giving the opportunity. Could I have more insight? Okay, I don't remember. I'm definitely not going to remember anything I said. But I will answer your question. Okay. Now, I guess I want to ask you, has this happened already? Has the opportunity shown up? Because that's going to be really important to the outcome of the reading. Has the person showed up? Like, has the opportunity showed up? Are you there, Jalen? No, I don't believe so. Okay. Okay, so give us more in regards to me saying in a previous reading that he has to watch the person who's giving him the opportunity. What insight more into that? Like, is there any more that he can get? Maybe as far as a clue or about that. Okay, this really does feel like opportunist. It doesn't feel to me like whoever's coming towards you. Okay. Usually, when you have people who are working together, I mean, I would hope, okay, both parties like could get something from the other. I wouldn't want to have like an imbalance, but it feels to me, is it like a personality? Okay. There's something in regards to it being risky. I don't know what that means. I don't know if it's the crowd that they have around them or like the type of people. Like I just literally don't know what that means. It's a bit risky. Um let me see if I can give an example of what that would be. Hmm. Okay, let me give an example. Let's say someone wanted to hire me, okay? Um to go to a party and do readings, but those weren't my kind of people. They weren't my clients. They weren't used to me. Maybe they were not even, maybe, frequency wise a match. Maybe they, just are just totally different types of people with different types of intentions. Maybe they're not even healed, and I go over there and I start doing my thing, and then these people just don't like me. Okay. um Maybe it's like a risk like that. Maybe they start writing reviews. Maybe I don't know. Maybe they look to, I don't know, make a video. Chitra sucks. Who the hell knows? Okay. Um, it definitely feels, when it's risk, it feels like it's associated with the person. It may not be your crowd, but it's interesting because it's an opportunity. Well, maybe it's being shown as an opportunity because I think when people contact us, that is what looks like an opportunity, right? Um, so Because I'm trying to ask them, like, you're saying it's an opportunity, or I told you that it was an opportunity, so shouldn't he go with it? And they're like, no, we wanted to phrase it like that so that he was aware that it would look like it's coming in as an opportunity, but you need to do your research. I wouldn't get into the whole like, because someone is contacting me, like I should just take every opportunity. There's something risky. And I don't know if it's potentially that, they have like a lack somewhere, a lack, like they're not as built up as they presume to be. Okay. Um, I'm also feeling like I'm hearing riding the tailcoat of something. I hope that this is not about being used. Okay. You may want to make sure, I don't like that card. You may want to make sure that you're signing stuff and everything is pretty clear. Okay. I would hope that this is not about even them thinking, okay, well, this person's on the up and coming, they should do it just for publicity and not payment. But we're not going to tell them that. We're going to string them along. Be careful with that. I have here the Eight of Pentacles, and this is definitely about working together. But I don't like that card underneath because I just feel like, I mean, it is a self sabotaging card. So it says, like, if you walk into this and you have any kind of feelings about it, you did it to yourself. Okay. They are referencing that you will feel something. So really, you didn't need to really book the reading because you'll feel off about it. It's not like you're not going to feel anything. Okay. You'll feel something. What it will be in regards to, I don't know. Maybe you don't like the way the person talks. Maybe you don't like their whole thing. People do that all the time, you know? Like if someone reached out to me, I would definitely check them out, like their page. And if I didn't really vibe, like, especially if somebody wanted to do like a co-reading with me. People do that. They get like two readers together to do readings. But if I didn't like if I didn't gravitate to their style of reading, I would never do it with them. I just wouldn't. So if you go into that knowing, but you're just like looking at it as an opportunity, you will you can only blame yourself. But I also don't like that card either because it talks about being a victim of something. So what that will look like, I don't know. I don't know what they'll do, you know? I mean, a victim can be a victim. It's not always like you're not a victim. Yeah, sometimes you can be, But if you have the feeling about it before you proceed, then that is on you. Okay? Um I hope that this wouldn't turn into some sort of a beef either. Like a beef. Okay, Sophia, I see you. Brittany, I see you. So Brittany's next, then Sophia. Give me more on this. It's kind of interesting that I read on this before and I'm pulling the cards again on it and it's just not better. It's just not better. You didn't get a bunch of better cards. Give me more. Okay, you may not get paid, okay? There could be some sort of issue with payment. Hold on, I'm going to draw a clarifier on that. More. That is interesting. So we've got some sort of issue with communication. Now, I know it says unexpected flirtation or direct messages or testing the waters or sliding into your inbox. I don't feel like this is a romantic thing. This could be how they approach, just giving you like a little bit of a heads up. They could really just, out of nowhere, it could show up in your inbox somehow. And I understand that that's the way people do things. But there are people who get opportunities in person too. Okay. Um, but I don't like the whole sliding into your inbox because I don't know about you, but isn't there like an energy around that saying of it being kind of like sketchy? Like when we talk about sliding into, isn't there like a stigmata or something around that? Like in modern society, we've used that to kind of like talk about someone being sly or cheeky or it's a little bit something. I don't know. Give me a card on the payday. Yeah, you got to be careful with that magician, you know? Are you kidding me? This is someone who could play you, say it's going to be this and that. And I actually don't like the magician in that sense because he's believable and, he's a wizard. Oh, it's going to be all this and that can make it sound real believable, but really has no intention of delivering. Give me more on this card. Three of Cups. I'm actually stumped. I'm actually stumped. I need a moment to look at this. What in the world is this about? Okay, listen, I don't know here. I don't know. Um, it actually does seem like there may be some unprofessionalism here. Like maybe there is an attraction. I don't care what's going on, guys, and I'm speaking to you as well, Jaylen. You want to really keep that stuff very separate, okay? Um, I think this may also be giving that energy as well with these cards to the fact that it's strange. It's the approach. Maybe the approach is going to be, remember what I said to you that there's going to be something that feels off about it, but if you proceed, that's on you. I think that's what we're talking about here. I don't think it's going to be that weird or hard to see that it's awkward or weird. And it has something to do with whether they approach you. And maybe it's just not, maybe there's some element of like, I don't know, like, I don't want to say romantic here or like, but it's like, okay, let me give you an example. Like, let's say if somebody approached me, let's say, you know, like it was a dude, maybe it was a dude, okay, a guy. He's like, hey, baby, you should come in. It's like, excuse you? Who are you talking to? Like, I wouldn't even respond to that. I would never respond to anything like that. Like, I don't know. I think there's going to be an element of something inappropriate here. And I think that's your cue. So, yeah, this has red flag written all over it. I mean, are you kidding me? I would think just alone for the payday issue, like that alone would be a red flag. Like, I don't like a magician clarifying that card. And he's believable. That's what I'll give him. I'll give him that. He's believable. But you don't want to get fooled by no magician. It's a shitty feeling. It really is. So this is what I'm getting for you. Oh goodness. Yeah, good. Good. I don't see it either, to be honest. You know, you've always come across as a very smart guy to me. So I don't see that either. But I can never kind of like control what spirit brings towards you. So even if that came out in your previous reading, like it's not me, guys, it's spirit. And they take the opportunity while they have your attention to bring you, what you need to hear. I've even had people who ask me questions And spirit's like, no, we're not answering that today. We're going to answer this. It's just the way it is. You know, I kind of don't have control sometimes. Okay, Brittany. Future for myself. Okay, what's the future? Now remember with asking something like this, okay? You're welcome, Jaylen. Remember with asking something like this, I can only give you the trajectory of right now. You know, things could change in 3 months. So don't if you don't like what you're hearing, just know you don't have to accept it, okay? Okay, so what's the future of this connection between her and Andrew? Huh. Wow. Um there's that card again. Give me more on that. And there's that card again. Okay. This is actually interesting to me, and it's gonna sound very nice as opposed to sometimes what people get. Okay. Right now, with the hangman, I feel like there's something about this time, and I'm talking about right now, where it needs to be kind of like up in the air. You even have this card clarifying, okay, that, you know, a pause is needed, or if nothing is happening, it's needed. Um, Remember what I told you about being blocked? I don't think that person could even come towards you if they wanted to because your guides are like, no. Mm-mm. And it's not just about their guides, it's also about your guides. And trust me when I say both of your guides are interacting for what's, you know, best for the highest good for the both of you. But I do see some movement. And this is the thing again that I was trying to tell you is that there is a connection here between the two of you. You have it here. You had it before with the soulmate card. You've known each other. This is not something that can just be kind of brushed off. It's not really easy to do that. Not with a 6 of cups. You may also be back, you know, seeing each other in this life too cuz there's something that needs to be worked on or cleared up, you know, who knows. I do see movement. They will at some point get the feeling like they need to come towards you and make an offer of some sorts. I don't know what that will be with the Knight of Cups, but it could be an expression of feelings. But it will still, at the end of the day, follow in the physical baby steps. I think your person is trying to get some sort of mental clarity with this card. Like, I think they're trying to clear their head. And it's not necessarily to be with you, it's just in general they need to. They have to somehow make peace with what happened, okay, with that previous engagement. But I think when they do, and I'm not saying wait around, I think they're going to want to move forward with you, but slowly, okay? I'm still like very much, you know, hearing that. It will not be fast. Give me more. Give me more on the future of this connection. Mask, hidden motive, conceal, disguise, lying. More. We'll do 3. Unexpected, surprise, unpredictable, shocking, unusual. More. family, generation, children, ancestors, origin. Okay. So remember when I said mental clarity? Whatever in whatever way this person is interacting with you, they are wearing a mask. Okay. They are, I mean, I don't think you'd be here asking me if you knew how they felt. So they are concealing something. They are concealing something, and it could be their, their motive regarding you, or their true intentions, or their true feelings. But when it does come about, I think it's going to be very unexpected. I don't think you'll see it coming, but it will be when they're ready. And then we've got family. So again, we're pointing towards the fact that you guys are from the same soul family, and something needs to be experienced between the two of you. So I'm going to go as far to say that I'm not really feeling like I'm guided to talk to you about time frames. I'm more guided to say that something does have to happen between the two of you. Something needs to be shared or experienced between the two of you, because it's kind of what's written in the soul contract. You've gotten now 3 references between this reading and your last reading to the fact that you guys are connected somehow. Um, if something needs to be experienced, there's nothing you're going to be able to do to avoid that. But right now, this whole like pause, or what feels like it's stagnating, or that it's not moving as fast as you would expect it, that may continue for a while. Give me more. Breaking cycles. So ending harmful patterns, freedom from repetition, new beginnings. It stops with me. Yeah, I do feel like that person's going through some heavy work. I mean, they may not be aware of it, but they have to, I feel like, get that mental clarity. And when they do get it, that's when they'll move towards you. Again, I'm not saying that you should stick around for it. I just feel like something. Remember when I said to you, I feel like something's blocking them? It's those chains, but then they're going to free themselves from it, and then they will move forward. But when, I don't know. Not soon, like not within 4 months from now. I don't feel like. Okay, let's do one more. Okay, so this is interesting. This may give me a bit of an idea here of how this will come about. We've got wake up call, and then he's looking at the time. There may be something that hits him that says, like innately to them, oh goodness, I think she's moving forward, or I think, it's getting too late, or I got to make a move now or something before I lose her. And it could be that he senses that, there's a loss of interest. I don't know. But it could also be that there's a spiritual awakening regarding you. Like he gets hit with a spiritual awakening about you, and that makes him proceed towards you. Oh my God. Hold on. Do you see what this says right here? Sudden clarity. What have I been saying? Oh my goodness. Yes. Okay. So like that's not a coincidence. Yeah. Um I think when he does come towards you, it's gonna be because then he feels guided too. So there's something very much going on in the higher planes, in the higher realms regarding this situation. And I say that to say that you won't be able to do anything to change its direction. So don't even waste your time with thinking like, I got to show him more signals, or maybe if I say this, or it will make him do that. Like, don't even bother. This is going to happen on his own. Okay. With respect to you. But there's definitely something here. Definitely something that needs to be experienced with you. It's not random. You're meeting. Mm-mm. Okay. Okay, Sophia, if anybody wants to go, do it now. Because after Sophia, I will head out. What is the gossip about me in class? Okay. I feel like I have to, I'm feeling guided, like I have to draw a card for what you need to feel about that. Like, how should you respond, or how does she need to feel about this gossip? Okay, that with the Ace of Wands really does indicate there's gossip, but it's almost like it should be lightheartedly taken. It almost reminds me of when it's a joke, like, wow, look at me just stirring the shit out of this, pot. Um, it's almost like being flattered by it. It does give with the Ace of Wands like a lightheartedness to it. So really don't think about it too much. Don't like allow it to affect you. Um, if anything, it's actually complimenting, if you can believe that. Yeah, it's kind of funny. Take it real lighthearted. What's the gossip about her? A lot of the things that are said about you, they don't hold any weight. I will say they don't hold any weight. I'm going to tell you another thing too. You're looking for what is being said about you. What if I told you it's not necessarily what's being said about you? Because I do feel like a lot of it is lies, but it's more along the lines of like you triggering. I should have also said that with the Ace of Wands. That's a trigger card. Um, when you're triggering people, it's not entirely like there's anything factual. If somebody said, like to me, I don't like that girl because, she never paid me back my money, that's a factual reason why you don't like somebody. But if you just don't like somebody and then you can't really give like a real answer as to kind of why, that tells me you're being triggered. And, you know, you may often do this anywhere you go. You could be actually, you know, someone who is here to do that for others, like through what it is that you whatever they are so triggered by, it kind of like shines a light on what they lack. It is supposed to cause them to grow, but I can understand when you are that person on the one that's causing it, it cannot be the best feeling. I just want you to know you're not alone in this. There's probably a lot of people right now sitting on this live who can say the same thing, that when they go places or when they it happens to them where people just don't like them. It's actually a very real thing, but I can't give you like actually any kind of factual reasons as to why people don't like you. I mean, maybe with the Page of Pentacles, you're very smart, you're a stellar student. Um, that's what that card will represent. But I mean, other than that, I don't see anything. I don't know. Maybe you have more than them. I don't know. Maybe they think you have more than them. Maybe they think you have an easier life than them. Those are not factual reasons. Give me more. What's being said? And it's funny. We're pulling from the What's Gossip deck. So let's see. Okay, so breaking cycles, that tells me again what I just said. You could have, I don't want to say signed up for it, but part of maybe your journey here on, this planet is to cause, awakenings in others or trigger them so that they can go work on themselves. That again is not a factual reason. Breaking cycles, that's not a factual reason. Okay. That tells me we got a catalyst, or we've got somebody, what's the word? You're here to kind of like cause like almost like a tornado, like a ripple effect, on this planet. What's the word? Cycle, yeah, cycle breaker, but it's more than that. I don't know the word for it. I'm like stumped right now, but there's an actual word for this. Like you're here to break down barriers or like just by your presence. Give me more. Oh my goodness. Need I go further? Seriously. Need I go further? Seriously, Sophia. Do I need to go further? You are a mirrored empath. Okay. Do you get it? You are shining a light on those individuals just by being yourself and being you, and it's causing them to look within, but it's shining a light on what they feel like, is their insecurities or their lack. Now, really, people are not going to understand that if they're not conscious. They're just going to think, okay, I hate that person. You think people like people who make them feel like this, like seen, right? Seen through? No, people don't like people like this. People may not be able to explain it, but they can feel when someone can see right through them because they're used to tricking people. So when they come around somebody who can actually see through their BS and they don't even really have to even talk to you, they just know, that will drive them nuts. Facing yourself and others, reflective relationships, self awareness, what you see is you. I really don't know that I can go further. It's such clarification that there's no actual reason. This is literally just a mirrored empath, a person who is I don't want to say you chose this, but sometimes I have this too, I have this too, but see, I don't care. I don't really care. Actually, I use it as a plan. I use it as a tool. When I see people reacting to me like that, I know to stay away from them. I know to stay away from them. I needed to hear this. Nearly the whole class is off with me. Yeah, well, I'm sure a lot of people who are on this live can at one point talk about, when they went to a particular job, nobody liked them, or they went to they go to this one store and nobody there is resonating with them. Like it can be a collective thing. It can be. And then you can go somewhere else where everybody just likes you and you're like, what the hell? I don't what's going on here? Like, why are some people so drawn in and then some people want to run? But use it as a tool. Use it to your advantage. Use it to your advantage. When you see people starting to act up like that and you haven't given them a reason to, that's your indication to stay away. Those are unhealed people. Do you understand? They have a shit load of trauma, and you don't want to be around that because it will be draining. Okay, so laugh. That's what I do when it happens to me. I kind of laugh in my head. I'm like, oh my god, this is so hilarious. Like, look at this person getting bent out of shape. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. So I'm sorry, I can't say anything more. Like, what do you need to do about this? How do you need to like approach this and handle this? Ha! Keep doing you. Keep doing you. Do you understand? You're a Nine of Pentacles. You're a sovereign being. You are abundant. This is not going to stop any of your progress. You're going to have exactly what it is that you need and more. And you're not going to have to ask anybody for it. Okay. You have to also understand that she herself on this card, her as an individual, she will trigger people because look at her. She's beautiful. She has nice clothes on. She's intelligent. She is, capable. I mean, those are the things that, usually trigger people, is it not? Especially unhealed people. If I see someone like that, I would run to them because I'd be like, oh goodness, look at this person. They're sovereign. They know who they are. Not everybody's gonna feel like that, but I'm a healed individual. So I would be looking for that. Other people who are not, they don't want to feel like that. They don't want to feel less than. They're gonna feel competitive. They're gonna feel like um I can't stack up. They're gonna all of a sudden get competitive. So like just let it go. Let it go. Okay. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'm so happy you found me too. Anyways, so I don't see any other payments. So I'm gonna head out. I actually do feel a little bit better. So thank you to everybody who was here. It wasn't so good when I started, but I feel better now. But yeah, I wish you guys all the best. I really do. Um, just, be patient with yourself. It's really hard right now on this planet. But I promise you, we're going to get through it. Okay.